Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again. Finance Bukky, your number one place where you learn about personal finance and career. So today I'll be talking about something in finance and in personal finance, and I hope you're able to take action after this. I'll be talking about the current 150 billion federal government of Nigeria Sukuk Bond. But before I go into details about this bond, I would first like to say a few things about bonds generally, right? Bonds are a kind of financial instrument in the money market which you would want to have in your portfolio if you're looking at diversifying your investment portfolio. And why did I say you would want to have it? Because bonds are generally acclaimed to be secured form of investment because they are mostly backed by the faith of either a federal government or by the faith of a corporate, right? So it's a method whereby the government or corporate institutions use it to borrow money from the public and use it for particular projects, and then they repay in terms of interest or rental income until these bonds mature, right? So generally that is a basic, simple layman explanation I can give to you about bonds. So why is this federal government 150 billion Sukuk federal government of Nigeria's bond interesting? Why? Because this is a third time that they will be raising these bonds from the market. They raised the first one, I think, in 2017 with almost 16%, above 16% interest rate. They raised the other one in 2018, and this is the third round. Yes, and people who have subscribed to the first two rounds, they've been coming back with good news that yes, they've been getting their returns back as promised, and therefore I would like to say that you would want to consider this and give it a go and add it to your diversified portfolio. So you as an investor, why is this important for you? Well, like I said, this bond is backed by the full faith of the federal government of Nigeria, irregardless of who is in power, which party is in power. So you get to get your money back. The second thing is that this bond, the rental income you get from this bond is tax-free, right? It is that you don't have to pay capital gains income tax on it, which is good because in so many other countries, you have to pay these taxes. Yes. So, my dear, you are looking at getting some income tax-free, you want to look at this Sukuk bond. The third thing is that the liquidity. This bond is going to be liquid. What do I mean by that? It means that after the public offer, you could trade the bond on the floor, on the SEC floor, right? You could trade it for other people who want to buy, or you could even buy more or sell. So you want to take a look at that precious opportunity. And the other thing you want to know about this bond is that, like I said, it's a means for you to have regular cash flow. Yes. So imagine if you invest 10 million or 1 million for the 7 years that this bond runs, you will be getting the interest rate annually. So you could think about it again. All right. And then the fifth thing is because of diversification. Investment is diversification. You cannot say you're investing or you're an investor and you're not diversifying. You're putting yourself at a very huge risk. So this portfolio, this bond actually offers you the opportunity to diversify your investment portfolio. And those are the 5 reasons why I would say you should go for this particular bond. All right. So the next question you would like to know is, so what does this 150 billion FGN Sukuk Bond mean? Well, it's a bond raised by the federal government of Nigeria to raise funds to rehabilitate some roads and also build new ones across the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. Yes. And like I said, it's the third round of some other series 3 years ago, right? And they're looking at raising 150 billion Naira. The term is for 7 years. So you get your principal back in 7 years. Your returns during the 7 years will be 11.2% annually, which is wow, because you could go on the internet, check, ask your brokers, everyone. You would hardly see bonds that would give you that price or that returns these days. So it's a very it looks like it's a very good offer, I have to say, in terms of returns. Yes, and it's gonna be this 11.2 is paid annually, but every 6 months. What do I mean by that? Which means you get 5.6% of your investment every 6 months. So you can actually use it as a very constant form of cash flow. So for example, you can say, you know what, this 10 million, I'm going to invest it into this bond, and then maybe for your children's school fees, you know that every 6 months you have at least 560,000 coming into your account that you can use to pay for a child's school fees. You can think about it in that way. So before you know it, this bond would actually sponsor your child through maybe the primary school season or the secondary school season, depending on the way you see it or how you see it, or even, I mean, for your university children. So you could think about it anyhow you want to think about it, but the point is that it offers you a constant cash flow. Another thing about this bond is that that you really want to know about this bond is that you can invest a minimum of 10,000 naira. So it is clear that the federal government is trying to target individual investors, and that's because that 10,000 naira will give you like 10 units, because each unit is like 1,000 naira. So if you're getting a minimum of 10,000 naira, you are getting 10 units, and that means that you could actually decide to buy 100 units or 1,000 units or 1 million units, depending on what your appetite is. So the next question should be for you: how do you go about this juicy offer? Well, I've done all the work for you. I've really tried to do all the work for you. You just need to like lift few fingers, it said lift fingers. That's all you need to do. So there is an application form that you need to fill. I cannot fill your application form for you. For you to have this application form, click in the description below. There is the link to the application form there. Click on it and fill this form. After filling this form, make sure, however, that you include your exact country of residence. It's really important, because I think they're also trying to encourage diaspora investors in Nigeria. All right, and then it's also important that you have a CSCS account. The Central Securities Clearing Systems account number. That number that you use for all your other shares. Yes, you need to include it, because they want to run this as a kind of on an e-platform, and your CSCS account will be connected to the number of bonds you subscribe to, and that way you get your payment through that account, because I believe your CSCS account is connected to a particular BVN number or a particular account number. So they would transfer your money through the CSCS account to you, and so that's why it's really important. And if you don't have a CSCS account, if you are a newbie in investing in the capital market of Nigeria, talk to a stockbroker. They would help you with one. For me, I use Morgan Capital. They are very friendly. They are very they have nice technology in terms of Nigeria standard, and their customer care is okay. So they are reachable. They would respond to you, so you can connect to them, and then they can help you get a CSCS account number. So this is really important, right? So after filling your form, pay for the amount you want to subscribe for. You pay for it, and then the receipts or the information, the confirmation that you've paid, and your form, you send this together to info@lotuscapitalslimited.com. The email is in my description, or you send it to info@fbnmerchant.com. This email also is in my description. Send it to these guys, all right? And then if you say, okay, yeah, but then I don't want to send it to these people, I want to use my bank, it's also good. If you look at the FAQ, I also dropped that in my description. The FAQ link, on it you see the partner financial advisors, right? So maybe your bank is one of the financial partners for this particular project. I think Stanbic is on it, Citibank is on it, Zenith is on it, GT Bank is on it, Access is on it, and some other banks. All of them are on it. If you're banking with one of these banks, you can contact them, and then they would be able to like support you in terms of helping you to submit the form and all of that. But I wouldn't wait for them. I would rather just do it on my own, so that I know that my application gets there on time. And then one thing, like I said, one thing is that you need to know is that this offer is open between May 21 until June 2nd. So you have to like really roll up your sleeves and get it done as soon as possible before the public offer closes. All right, so that will be that for now for this particular Federal Government of Nigeria Sukuk Bond. However, you have to know that it can be that, or it might be that this bond is oversubscribed, right? It's okay. It's not the end of the world. What they do is that they really try to be fair in terms of allocating the subscription. So if it's oversubscribed, you might not get the total amount you subscribe for. So maybe you subscribe for like 8,000 units, or you subscribe for 10,000 units. They will give you a proportion, a commensurable proportion of what you subscribe for. All right, so that is what I would say that you should do. That's what I think you should take note. And like I said, you need to get running now. The form is in the link below. The FAQ concerning this Sukuk bond is also in the link below. If you have questions, don't hesitate to drop them. Send me a DM. I would reply you. Don't forget to like my video. I need that to keep going. And then subscribe, share. Share this information. There is love in sharing. So all right guys, thank you for staying until the end, and I'll see you some other time. Happy investing.